And now,
Oh
we
my...
explore the domain of drama in Conversation Castle.
You How early
Get
is it in the video?
wrecked.
Can I swear yet?
Get wrecked, bitch!
Can I swear yet?
Woo!
Hasn't been 30
Anyway,
seconds.
Eric, how'd you feel about session? Questions,
Well,
comments, concerns?
Okay, we have to redo that because you swore in the first 30 seconds.
You can just
Oh,
bleep it.
whatever.
Anyway, Eric, how'd you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
That was fine. There was definitely I guess the MSC with Demare and whatnot would, I guess, make sense. It's just,
Things got intense.
Yeah, characters being characters.
Demare is extremely difficult to work with, I swear to God.
Well,
The party's difficult to work
well,
with.
anyways, otherwise, this was a really cool session. I felt like it did something, which is always nice.
You threw me in a river.
Yeah. See ya.
Hey.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Eric.
Okay, so legitimately, just gonna put this out there. Demare, well, I should say, Vriska is playing Demare, the character, and the character does not always directly agree with some of the decisions the party makes, which the character is made to be, you know, kind of morally in a gray area, but with some strict morals. And I personally did not anticipate things going in this direction where, like, truth be told, this could be seen as, like, a good aligned action of not wanting to trust someone working with a red dragon. And it, like, that
evil
dynamic, that
was fun. The moment that I heard the Lord of Cinders mention, I want to rule the world, I was like, man, Demare would take this deal and then backstab him so fucking hard because fuck you for trying to rule.
Yeah, Demare constantly being like, I don't want to be betrayed, but will betray someone the minute they have an opportunity.
But also...
It's not betrayal if they were never on your side.
Yes, because she knows for a fact she's being used. But still, just like... Also, once I realized, oh, Sandra took that, I might have to metagame because this could be some good drama.
I mean, it makes sense, and we all had our concerns, and we were able to play our characters, and our characters responding to it the way they felt the need to.
We did interrupt a lot, though.
Yeah, like, everyone was very excited with how, like, intense and dramatic the scene was.
I thought that made sense, though. Because in that kind of a tense situation, people would be talking over each other. To a degree, I think it's alright. In terms of, like, you know, the characters are all arguing, yeah, there's going to be overlap. Like, that just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. In some ways, yes, in some ways, no. Like, it made it really hard to kind of, like, follow certain people, and when some people are trying to talk, other people are not allowing them to, and things got really messy, and, like...
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Could you do me a solid real quick and ask me how I felt about the session? Questions, comments, and concerns?
Hey, that's good.
Yeah,
How did you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
Okay. Fuck all of you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fuck you,
I
too.
hate all of you. God damn. The mayor pulls out a fucking gun on everyone, and everyone just talks over her, trying to logic their way out of this fucking character moment going on. And I just sat there where it's just like, God damn, I just got shut down by everyone not even listening to a fucking word I say. You want to know what fueled the anger in the Demare and Zack scene, which made it so great and palpable? It was constantly being interrupted, talked over, and feeling like this moment of just like, hey, maybe this can be a moment of contention or interaction with Sandra. Maybe something Sandra says could reaffirm that she can be trusted by Demare, or just anything. Now everyone's just busy talking about, well, actually, technically, a warlock is also battle line. You see, Zack is actually just as bad as Sandra in this point, and never listening to a damn worry about what Demare actually had.
Player to player, I will never betray you.
Okay.
Unless you start burning down towns, in which case I'm gonna fight you.
I'm not sure if this is clear, but the mayor's big thing is betrayals.
You may have noticed she is missing an arm. That is from betrayals.
Oh,
This is
I
not
thought it was something different.
I mean, everybody handles their betrayals differently. She's a lot more forthcoming with how she wants to handle her betrayals. Dante handles his differently. He gets it, but at the same time is like, well, it be how it be.
He's too focused on, oh, is this actually good aligned or bad, or was Sandra doing? No one ever asked why. Why Demir even feels like this. They just assumed, and then went off.
I mean, you didn't you mention it before?
Really feels like y'all missed the damn point. Which is, hey, you didn't know what was really going on with this deal. This isn't exactly something you thought through. What if, for example, you are now a tool of the Lord of Cinders who will backstab us all?
We did mention that, though.
That happened more towards
we did have that conversation. Like, even I had that conversation when we were at the river before Demir had gone there, and we did have that conversation again. It might have just gotten missed, like, during the like, entire conversation with everybody. But it was talked about. It was one of the first things that, like, what is that I brought up? Was like what the fuck does this mean? What is there something going to be bad now? Is like they're going to be like as an immediate concern is what are the terms and conditions? Did you just say agree and continue and then didn't realize you signed up for something really bad? Because that was
junk mail now.
Yeah, like, that's how it was, where it's like, that's why Dante was like, wait, what the fuck? Because that happens with, like, any kind of deal.
Increase your magic power with one easy step. Anyway, anything else, Briscoe?
Yeah, one more line. It's just that, funny how the only girl in the group is the one who gets talked over the most. Just saying.
Damn. Alright, so anything else? Otherwise, you are free to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill and stay.
Hella. Alright, next up, Shane, how did you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
It was a session. We did a bunch of stuff.
Yee. Any highlights?
I don't really have too many intense thoughts about it. Just like, well, us just being our characters and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely was messy, but that's okay. That's on us.
Mm-hmm. I'll quick ask, Coco, how did you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
Oh, you know, I was here.
Any parts you liked? Any parts you didn't like? Any game master to game master improvement recommendations?
There was nothing I didn't dislike. You know, it's just RP. Characters being characters, as people say.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not much I can really do as a character, because, you know, it's not my story. I'm here as a guest, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine with me. But it was really interesting to see the interactions. Yeah, I got nothing bad to say.
Alright, then B. How did you feel about session? Questions, comments, concerns?
I was excited and stuff. I had fun. I just noticed where I get overpowering with the Zach funny moments. I don't wish to, like, overshadow stuff. It's sort of just like a pending anxiety I've been having throughout the campaign with Zach.
To me, at least for this session, like, Zach had, you know, haha, funny, weird moment, but, like, I really feel like that was kind of a background gag that got really overshadowed by, like, there was a really big thing with Nicholas, and then the entire thing with Sandra, and then this just whole, like, God, that Demare scene, I'm like, holy shit. like as the game master with all of the information behind the screen, just watching that and knowing the things and the words being said, I'm like, I just, holy shit, I ate that up so fucking hard. Like, there was literally nothing that I had to do or, like, nothing I could have done to improve it. Just the, like, it was raw, player talking to player, and then player action, and it, like, legitimately, all of the build-up of all of the adventure everyone was having, and all of the investment, and the little things that have added up, these people that, like, these characters that we have been for this over a year of playing, where like, the investment is there, and the decisions are being made, and this is why we play D&D, because Sandra just did this huge fucking thing that can alter the end result of the year and a half everyone has already put into this game, and these characters living in this world that, like, everyone knows there are serious consequences, and then Demare just breaking and having that moment of this person that was trusted, and it's so fucking good. Like, I'm sitting here just wishing I had fucking popcorn to be eating. Everything was just so good. I, like...
Just making sure.
Holy shit. It's, like, know that I'm choosing to put things into the game, and, like, you chose to have wackier things, but, like, I'm not forcing this into the game to make it entertaining for you. It is that, like, as the game master, I am using it as a way to balance, like, not every, quote, silly clown moment is a haha wacky clown moment. Like, this is real shit that's happening, and not everything is exceedingly funny of, like, wow, I cheated magic. You have a bunch of arcane marks all over your body and started profusely bleeding from the nose when you attempted to make an arcana check. Like, that is not haha funny gag. This is serious. You are legitimately thinking things so hard that they're altering the fabric of reality, and it's having major negative repercussions upon your body. You have a hole in your chest, arcane marks all over the body. You have, like, the eyes have changed color, and Zach as an amorphous being is changing so wildly that the end result is absolutely unknown and unrecognizable from the standard human that they were at the beginning of the campaign. When you started, you were a, you know, silly clown-looking person who had a stabby spear, and you have now become this, which is so much more, and, you know, it's not just wacky things happening. You know, Yevis showing up and not knowing what things are going on. Every little thing is being taken into account and adding up over time of, you know, you're not just having wacky clown times. Everything is alluding to the end picture. I have been choosing things carefully. Sometimes I just, you know, pull stuff out because haha funny, but you are all walking this fine path that has been tailored, and in the end, everything will make sense. And don't think that your choices have not mattered, and the things that have been said and done do not affect the end result, because they do.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I do just kind of, you know, that's just been one of my things I've been trying to keep in mind since I got very carried away sometimes.
I will say that, like, clownery is a good outlet for ensuring that the campaign isn't getting too dramatically intense, and I was losing my shit laughing for, like, a good portion of the session with the whole, like, cheating magic thing, and it was so silly.
I mean, it's great because he didn't technically cheat, but at the same time, it's like, they cheated!
Yeah, I know,
They
right?
cheated!
Aside from like, my only concern is just we need a better way of like not interrupting each other too hard to a point where it becomes an actual player conflict.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not very cool with how certain things went.
Yeah. That's one thing with virtual games, and I have been attempting to ensure that I've been trying to give people those moments of specifically calling people out to be like, hey, you know, your turn to say something, or Demare walked out and sat outside, and so I'm just like, okay, Demare has something extremely important to say, and we need to do this. So that's why
that's specifically because no one was listening to me, and Demare doesn't really want, like, at this point she knew she couldn't convince anyone, and she didn't really care to. All she cares about is protecting herself at this point. So she made her point clear and then fucking left.
Yeah, and like, as the game master, I can't just like yell at everyone to shut the fuck up and let one person talk at a time. Like, I technically could, but also it'd be a, fourth person screaming into the void. It very much is partially on everyone here of make sure not everyone is speaking at the same time, and when Eric and I are both trying to say something to ask what Eric is doing next, if we were at a table, it would be easier because there's more than just the verbal cues, and I could legitimately just be like, everyone, stop. But, online table etiquette. I've mentioned it a couple of times prior, and we need to think about something between sessions to prevent clusterfuck from happening again.
I actually have a thing that I learned in therapy recently for my polycule.
Oh.
So there's this fun situation where I constantly get into fights with my polycule, and it's just like we're all trying to talk over each other, and we can't get a word in, and we can't finish what we want to say and stuff like that. And so a mechanic we have is we'll put a raised hand emoji into the chat for whenever someone wants to speak up, like they really got something they want to speak up about, and a thumbs up if it's like, I get your point, you're rambling too much. That's mostly for arguing, though.
You basically kind of use that at work also. They have like a little hands up thing.
Yeah.
I did have Zach literally raise his hand in conversation.
And I really...
that kind of didn't happen again once it got deep. But then also, it wouldn't make sense for Demare just to raise her hand. I mean, it doesn't mean out of character thing.
That my gun counted as raising my hand.
Yeah.
That
just,
really
like,
got
in the chat, like...
Yeah, that's what hurt the most, was feeling like this moment of just like, Demare's about to shoot Sandra. Just, Dustin.
Like...
To be honest, I thought it was gonna be like the firebolt gun, and at this point, I feel like that's more of like a squirt bottle.
Well, that was the thing. I was gonna have a fun moment of it not being completely clear, and then shoot Sandra, pause, with the firebolt. Because she's not dumb. She knows that won't do anything to the fucking dragon sugar baby.
Oh, man.
I would have still thrown a chair at you.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
And then Demare would have killed you.
That's when Regina probably would have stepped in.
No, you've proved your point. You are a traitor.
I'm tired of getting shot.
You could simply not do things that make you shootable.
See,
But yeah,
Sandra,
hand
we
up
just
thing.
need to, yeah, absolutely. We need to,
Just,
like that might be something we can put in, like the role playing channel,
Yeah.
where if we start speaking over each other too much, either I can make a call or just posting
well, no.
directly in the roleplay channel.
Check this out.
Huh?
Just found a package literally for raise my hand.
Yeah.
Display
Oh.
hand on player list. Display UI notification that shows up. Because, like, I know most... I mean, if you're tabbed out, you're not going to see anything. But if you're tabbed out, you're not really paying attention anyway. You're probably, like, waiting for your turn. So, like, I don't know, some attention to the screen. Oh, hey, look, the thing popped up. I don't know, maybe... Is there, like, a sound notification as well? That'd be cool.
So, I legitimately have 3
sound will be
monitors
great.
where
Yeah.
I have Discord on one monitor showing me session notes or Discord on one monitor that shows, all of the messages. I've been messaging multiple players all game, and on my other monitor, I have Foundry, all of the game going with all of the relative tabs. And then third monitor, I have session notes and anything else I might need to look up. So, yeah, the raise my hand thing, definitely, I would recommend getting that in, just so if someone raises their hand, we need to have that acceptance of someone wants to say something important. Like,
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm
Stop.
not gonna do it for, like, I raise my hand so I can do a silly little gag.
But, like, if you're, like, trying to get an important thing out and everyone just wants to shut the fuck up.
If you're trying to have a character moment, raise your hand.
yeah, like, big things, especially with, like, fucking Demare had the gun out. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so surprised that that wasn't a bigger thing, and I honestly, part of me, it's double-edged sword. Like, it shouldn't have happened, and I'm sad that we couldn't have explored that. On the other hand, fucking roleplay scene outside the house, like, goddamn, like.
Also, this is going to leave fun future where Demir knows threats don't work anymore because everyone's too damn dumb to notice the girl holding a gun.
Next, she's going to be
You mean
throwing
the gun
explosives.
You mean the gun that doesn't work on me anymore?
She doesn't just have Firebolt.
I have more guns.
Very true. Anyway, so, Vriska, reminder, message me about the dragon scale thing so I can get you the specific deets on that. Hunter, I don't think I asked you, how did you feel about session questions, comments, concerns?
As a matter of fact, you didn't.
Well, how did you feel about session?
Thinking about it, I didn't really want to go down this route, honestly.
I am so surprised.
Still kind of
Like-
don't.
You made... You were... did you just, like, sort of just click yes unironically without paying attention?
Bitch didn't read the end user license agreement.
I think I just kind of wanted to move the plot along.
Could have just told him no, fuck off. I don't know.
No, fuck off. Yes.
Go back to your
I-
dragon lair, you stupid bitch. And then, he's like, oh, okay, whatever, you'll fucking perish in the future or some shit.
Actually, my plan was to kill him in my dream because fuck you, it's my dream. I could dream up a god sword or something.
It's cute that you think that. Anyway, I think it's an interesting roleplay route that, like, it's been an option for, like, if you spoke to the Lord of Cinder and swore fealty to them, you can start an alternate end route for the game.
Well, I'm not swearing shit to him. I reserve the right
Like-
to, like I said for now when I agreed to let more power in. I reserve the right to back out at any moment.
Oh yeah, obviously. He didn't give you full power because like there's so much more draconic stuff that you can get. Like
Which I
straight
don't
up you can get
want.
wings.
Like, I'll settle with the fireproof bit, because now when they use Dragon Breath on Sandra, it's just... she just stands there. T-posing.
I mean, is the Lord of Cinder's only thing a fire? I mean, I know he's a red dragon, just...
I mean, if you want to ask for specific boons, you can. Like, the cosmetic changes are technically optional.
That is
I
actually...
think they're really cool.
legitimately, my biggest concern with that was art.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
Photoshop.
I've tried Photoshop, like with Zach's eyes. Zach's eyes didn't work too good because his eyes are really,
Fair.
their eyes are really dark. Like, I think it's actually a shade of brown, and it just didn't work with the Photoshop.
You were doing so well this session up until that point. Like,
I mean, I was kind of thrown with that at first because, oh my god, interesting things happening. Don't get me wrong, out of character, I agree 100% with Zach. Oh my god, interesting thing.
Yeah.
mhm.
It's like, whoa, that's a pretty fucking out of pocket but cool development. And then immediately, hey, I wanted you to change my eyes back. Oh, okay.
They are just black. Huh.
So,
Yeah, I
you could have
can't
had it
work
be
with
just
this
not
color
all-
shade.
You could have it be just not all the time kind of thing. Like Dante's eyes look normal in his character art, but when he rages or goes really, really pissed off, his eyes will usually go completely blue. Like all you see is black where his eyes are.
I literally
it can just
DM'd
change
Steve
depending.
about this mid-session, and he said, just ask. And I was like, okay, I will.
I get
yeah, legitimately, it's just like, hey, you gave me this great boon, but this is gonna be an actual issue. This is gonna cause me inconvenience. Can your boon be less inconvenient for me? Like, just take away the eye, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can do you that because, you know, they control the spread of the draconic influence in your body, but it is the, like, legitimately, it was just roleplay flavor, and very much the, like, blah 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 blah. Saying words is hard. If anyone wants to legitimately say, "Hey, I don't like this cosmetic change you forced on my character," then I can peel it back
That was an
because this. Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't like the glowing arm.
Oh no, the glowing arm is the thing that's not.
But yeah, no,
optional.
like,
That's
getting new art for Sandra is impossible from Rio at this point. Do you know how long her wait list is?
well, that's good that her wait list is really long, but also
I couldn't be happier for her, but we wouldn't be getting art for another month and a half.
Yeah. So, regardless, it is like if there are specific things that you don't want changed about your character, please tell me, because I will, you know, in certain realms, you know, when we started the campaign, was it really a thought of anyone's of, like, getting a fire boon and having your skin split open to have magma streams revealed underneath and eyes changing color and growing claws and stuff? Like, you know, no one really thought of that. And then, you know, Zach got the Devil Pact and Sandra met the Lord of Cinder.
Okay, well, for future reference,
Zach has the
color...
arbor, just supposed to like, I mean, melee's... I mean, I do better than this. But I like the armor otherwise. It's cool.
For future reference, eye color is actually really important to me when I design my characters. I usually go with green, but I like the green eyes.
Well, you asked the Lord of Cinders nicely. Anyway, yes, Vriska?
I'll say for me, did run it by me, but feel free to impose any change you want on the character. I love characters getting fucked up and irreparably changed.
Extra set of arms.
More guns, actually. That's what that means.
Use more guns.
Demare has 4 arms now. More room for weapons.
I have been speaking with Coco, and there are ideas that are happening.
I was gonna say one thing that I love how Demare's gone and what she's done and all that. But what I kind of hate is how everyone's getting all this otherworldly shit interacting with them, and I'm not. I'm the science lady. I hate science ladies, especially in the magical stuff.
David, all my stuff is grounded in reality. There's a scientific explanation for everything.
I hate it. I want some weird-ass entity to just stare upon me and then influence me in irreparable ways, but I'm happier with it.
That's just really funny to me, of the like all of the weird shit's happening, and it's just like, damn it, I chose science.
But Steve, you have no clue how much it influenced my decision to leave when Zach got to the cool fucking boon-giving lich first and not me. I was so disappointed. I was like, that is literally the coolest shit ever. Why don't I get that?
If you would have kept hanging out, the lich would have showed up and you could have interacted with her more. But, you know, who would have thought that things would have exploded? Wow.
She'll be back.
Darkness Xanthus Descended?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Arcanist Xanthus Descended.
I know you do.
Like, as much as I'm loving this roleplay, once we really hit the next major plot point that everyone already knows what it is, that's when things are really gonna get fun. I might shift some things around, but I just really want the next couple of big reveals to happen, because like it's basically we're at the end game, more or less. We're ramping up to the end game. It is literally this arc end game. And once we actually hit that, like you're going to have your final power climb, and then you're going to be using all your powers against Big Bad. And
also, apparently I'm underpowered at this point.
I'm trying to figure out exactly how the multi-class works, but it's like, I'm trying to see, like, okay, but like, due to multi-class, the mayor is stuck at level 2 spells. I'm like, huh. I'm trying to figure out if I messed that up when figuring out her sheet.
I kind of feel like I'd want some water spells to balance out all the fire.
oh
I'm just looking that up right now.
Taking a boon from the Lord of Fire, you know?
Sandra's the nature person.
Yeah, and that's why the juxtaposition is so great.
It's so interesting and neat. It's a complete character portrayal, and it's awesome.
Exactly.
I am going to go out of my way to get back to normal by the end of the campaign, or at the end of the campaign. I don't care what it takes.
And that's why you're the lamest character.
Sandra does not want the glory or the power or the money.
It doesn't. Yes, it doesn't mean the character's boring or anything.
She just
wants. It's just a different kind of character.
She just wants her family back. She wants to settle down, maybe have a kid, open a vineyard.
My big thing
write
is
her book.
Like, how far is Sandra willing to go? That's what I want to know.
She won't burn down a city.
Well, we obviously know that for now, but I am like my thing is like I'm pushing all of the characters along their paths of how far is far enough. Like Zack is taking on all of these boons and powers and delving deeper and deeper and deeper. Is Zack going to drown? Sandra, how far is she going to go to get her family back? Does she want to make compromises on that route? And is she going to weigh her family heavier than literally the world? And like Demare, I like
Steve,
what's up?
you know, take a looky in the chat.
Which chat?
The dungeon
Oh.
chat.
Oh.
Sorry.
Nah,
Yeah.
I was just saying, you're talking about like characters and stuff like that, and it reminded me of a moment that I wanted to bring up. That whenever you mentioned how what Demare's doing could be seen as a good aligned thing, that is such an important character thing for Demare. Is the fact that she does not give a shit if this is morally good or not, mostly
Mhm.
because that she just hates that kind of stuff where it's like, oh, technically this is good or bad. The morality of the situation does not matter to her.
Mm-mm.
And I love that. I love that I got to show that by being good, but also she's still the evil character.
Mm-mm.
Because what makes her evil is the complete disregard for societal morals. Because she thinks they're bullshit and double-sided and awful. And the idea of just like, oh yes, I will go far for my family. She's cool. This is a good thing. How fucking dare you?
Demare's like the opposite of Sandra.
Literally, she's chaotic evil and Sandra's apparently lawful good.
Yes, this is why we clash. We're on opposite sides of the spectrum.
Autism spectrum.
Wow.
Weehaw. Dante tries to always understand the gray area in things, which is why he's understanding of like, yes, this can be considered a bad thing, but it doesn't automatically make somebody a bad person, and that's why he tries to always give the benefit of the doubt. Because he's like, yeah, there can be a lot of moral gray area in everything, because it's like, plenty of shit he's done probably wouldn't be considered good, but he did it for a good reason. So he's just like, yeah, there's a lot of gray area in this bitch. Because that's just how life works.
You know, that fireplace blends in really nice with the wall. I love how that came together. That looks so good.
This is dumb looking at multi-classing. If I'm reading this thing right, technically the mayor has 3 level 3 slots, but knows no level 3 spells due to her artificer level.
What?
This is silly. I don't fucking understand.
Okay, but consider though, even if I don't know any 3rd level spells,
Oh yeah, you can boost them.
I can
Okay.
boost them to level 3.
Shit. You know, that makes
Yeah.
sense actually. Damn.
Well,
All right.
multi-classing can be messy though and confusing.
Since-
Yeah, but
since
hey,
we're
you can boost your spells actually. So
I wanted to
congrats.
bring that up actually. Is Sandra technically multi-classing right now?
No.
No, you are gestalted, which is different.
What?
More or less, I'm shoving a
Okay.
different class's abilities into your class.
Gestalting, and I don't say
Yes.
this often. I don't know that word.
It is something that comes from 3.5.
Shut up, Octi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Octi would know what gestalting is. Gestalted characters are exponentially more powerful because they literally get the abilities of 2 different classes. So, you have that sweet Constitution saving throw, but you also have additional spells and the ability, like meta magic. Meta magic is ridiculous. Like, you can use meta magic on your you can use meta magic on your ranger spells, and one of the meta magic abilities, where the fuck is the meta magic list? Is it lower down?
Quick question, what level are we?
10.
10, okay.
Oh shit, we are. I thought we
Trying to
were still
figure out what
9.
this means given the fucking obtuse multi-classing rules for...
Question, though, which is actually a really good question related to all this.
Hmm.
Will I get Firebolt to 3d10 once we're at 11th level?
Yes.
Okay,
What level is Wall of Fire?
I think like 7th or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you have the meta magic list. Oh, you only get 2 of the following meta magic options, and another one at 10th and 17th. Anyway, so yeah, you get to choose 2 meta magic, and you can take like subtle spell. You can cast it with 1 sorcery point. You cast a spell without any somatic or verbal components. You can get...
So like if I were to cast let's say flaming sphere, because I already pulled it up, that doesn't cost a spell slot?
No, it would cost the spell slot and the sorcery point, but say your hands were bound behind your back and your mouth was gagged, you can still subtle spell to remove the verbal and somatic components to that. You'd still require the material component, but you would still be able to cast the flaming sphere despite not being able to speak or use your hands.
There are materials on flaming sphere?
Yeah, it's right on the spell at the bottom.
Yeah, there it is. Where the
Yep.
hell am I gonna get brimstone?
Around.
Yeah. This is gonna... Well, I'm not gonna get any use out of it fighting dragons.
But yeah, you also can do extended spell, where you can increase the duration of a spell. You double the duration for 1 sorcery point up to... It must be longer than 1 minute to maximum duration of 24 hours. So, like, Pass Without a Trace, instead of being 1 minute, it is... Or not 1 minute. Instead of being 1 hour...
It's an hour.
It's supposed to be an hour. I don't know why you don't have the time on there. Instead of being 1 hour, it becomes 2 hours. And distance spell, you can double the range of a spell. Empowered spell, reroll damage dice.
Okay, but what about my favorite spell?
Well, you don't have all of the information in for that spell, but Zephyr Strike in Foundry? I highly doubt Zephyr Strike is in Foundry, but
That's in Tasha's Cauldron.
yeah, then it's absolutely not in Foundry. Zephyr Strike.
Wait, no, it's not in Tasha. It's in Xanathar.
I'm attempting to load the page.
I got it.
Concentration up to a minute. So yeah, you can use a extended spell on that to make it 2 minutes.
Yeah, but once you use the plus 30 feet and the advantage, like, it's kind of useless. You just kind of cast it again.
Yup.
So it does nothing for my favorite spell.
I mean, you get 2 minutes of not provoking attacks of opportunity.
Hey, Steve.
So,
Actually, yeah.
So, rules as written, I changed nothing about my character. But what if we did anyway?
what are we looking to change?
Getting more spell slots for
My
the
ideal
mayor.
would be more spell slots and can use level 3 spells. I will be convinced to drop it down to just having the spell slots, though. Or not will, I can be convinced.
So,
The tragedy, there's this thing where it's like, okay, because you're multi-classing, but you only have one actual spellcaster class, you just stick with the rules for Artificer, which is basically the same to the raw spell slots anyway, which is just you get 4 level 1 and 2 level 2, despite being level 10, because you're only a level 6 Artificer. Using their, if we treated it as if you had multi-spells, you'd get like a couple more actual spell slots, including some in level 3, even though you still wouldn't qualify for actual level 3 spells because Artificer doesn't give those yet. So all she would gain from this is more spell slots and the ability to upcast a bit.
me.
Because no level 3 spells actually known.
Okay, hang on.
Let me just yeah, post it there.
You are a rogue artificer.
Yes.
In the multi-classing rules, once you have a spellcasting feature from more than one class, use the rules below. You are not a spellcasting rogue.
Consider, though. Hang on, give me a second. I have something to consider.
Go on.
My computer is slow. I need
Right.
imagery to help this.
Hmm.
Computer, please. Why are you like this?
I just had an insane idea.
There we are, finally.
Have snacks.
As a matter of fact, I am. I'm starving.
I receive level 3 spell casting. You receive absolutely nothing. Will you take the trade?
This sounds like the trade deal of a lifetime.
It is.
When
I can do more funny shenanigans with more spell slots.
What? Hang on. I'm gonna double check something.
Go quickly now. There's more time. There's no time. I have more conversation to give.
Wow.
Wow!
Owen Wilson.
Wow. Oh, you have 4 levels in Rogue. Holy shit. I thought you were fucking like only 2 levels in Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
What's your Rogue archetype?
Swashbuckler.
Ah, the best one I see.
Exactly. For the piratey styles.
Because pirate.
Of course you would.
Alright, Coco.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do here?
Hey, this is not my game.
And yet here you are.
If I were in your game asking you this, how would you respond?
Wanting the extra spell slots for the
Absolutely nothing in return.
absolutely nothing. I kind of zoned out, I'll be honest. So I know I was listening a bit about the extra spell slots.
Mhm.
The open sheet.
So
And this, you're wanting this from what is that?
oh, goodbye, Coco. You became a robot.
Oh no.
Oh no, am I back? Hello?
Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay.
here's what's going on.
Okay.
In the multi-classing rules, at level... wait, hang on. Being the 6th level spellcaster and 4 level alternative, a 6th level spellcaster is supposed to have the 4-3-3, so 3 third level spells. But in the rules of spellcaster, it states, once you have a spellcasting feature from more than one class, use the rules below. Demare has Artificer 6, Rogue 4, so technically not a secondary spellcasting class.
I have
Should-
another consideration to be made.
But go on.
The spell I cast is being really fucking cool as a swashbuckler. You are familiar with this magic yourself, being a fan of the swashbuckler archetype.
Mm-hmm.
I leave the decision up to you.
Let me check something. So yeah, four rogue, 6 artificer. Let me pull this up. Oh my gosh.
Stop posting emojis. The pumpkin one, it's not even close to October.
What pumpkin?
Posting.
You got called out.
Get destroyed.
Personally, in my opinion, this for balancing reasons, but I would keep it how it is because you chose the multi-class. I mean, I know it's cool, but Steve can always say cool factor and just, give it to you. But since you're getting the advantages of Swashbuckler and you still have spellcasting, even though it's only 2nd level spells, I think it's fair until you get higher up there at Artificer to where you would actually have those spells.
Okay. How's this? I will pose this to you, Vriska.
Okay.
I will do one of two things.
I am listening.
We can either give you this now, but I'm maintaining...
I have a question real quick. Are you going to take a mystery box from me?
Maybe. So, I will give you the spell slots now, but your segment in the campaign for your character quest will stay where it is. Or I bump your character quest closer to where we are, but you do not get the spell slots.
You drive a hard bargain. I'll take the latter. But
So,
no spell slots.
no spell slots, but you're...
No spell slots, but spell
Okay.
slots.
So
Your
your
deal.
your character quest will be occurring sooner, which will ultimately probably help the campaign.
And there's also like, I'm just looking here, like, man, we're also talking about artificer spells. They're not. I mean, I don't think they're terribly broken, are they?
I mean,
They're
truth
utility.
be told,
They're utility, right? They're just mostly utility, I think.
Well,
you
not
can only
for
go.
our-
She
not for our
caps out at level
killer
4.
rest. My spells are literally for damage.
I mean, okay, true. You do get the artillery spell list, yeah, but that's like a couple extra.
Literally, I think like most of the stuff I can upcast is just it's just damaging stuff.
You do cap out at like at most the 13th level ones, so you only get. More relevance, congrats.
So I will say that I'm probably giving you during your character quest things that are marginally more powerful than what would be 3rd level spell slots,
Which
but
is just an extra 1d8 for my scorch shot.
Yeah, basically.
Lamau.
I've got some conversation.
All right, what's going on?
So Zach's getting a special now, right?
What do you mean?
You cheated.
uh,
Yeah, Zach
those
got
things can
proficiency in Arcana, that's about it. Now Zach can understand
But
magic
you
better.
cheated.
Yes.
The last time Sandra cheated, I had to go through a whole thing.
happen. Okay, see, that
Zach's
was
cheating is
Hunter
always
cheating.
tisted. Look, Zach's cheating is always at the risk of just fucking it up entirely or nothing happening anyway. I have consequences.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Every time I have an aneurysm in game.
Oh no. Yeah, you gotta stop doing that.
Okay, but so far there have been so far it's been worth it.
One of these
I
days,
don't know
your
how
nose
clear
is
this
gonna
is.
start bleeding, and it's not gonna
I don't know
stop.
how clear this is. Zach's entire behavior is based on the risk is always worth it.
One
The
of these
risk
days,
versus the reward. What reward? I'm just having fun with the risk.
Exactly.
one of these days, your nose is gonna start bleeding, and it's not gonna stop.
God, I'm so excited for if Zach ever made a gamble that outright killed them.
I'd be happy.
I'm so excited. Just all of the fucking shenanigans. All of the shenanigans.
Yeah, I would probably not let him do that. Them do that. I would probably not let them do that.
You know, you say that like it's your choice.
If they get all of us killed, then I'd like to have a say in it.
Death is temporary.
The lulls are forever.
If I die,
Exactly.
I just have to go home to my mom. I have the least stakes in all this. Well, okay,
Yeah.
no. If I die, my revenge will not be complete. That is the biggest risk.
We can just revive.
Exactly. Or I just annoy my mom enough to where she throws me back out of hell and I start at level 1 again.
Lamau. Imagine if Demare actually rejoined the party at level 1.
I'd do it.
That would be so amusing.
And somehow I would still find ways to annoy people.
So it's just looking at you like, well. How the turntables
Shoots you.
doesn't work.
Shoots you, shoots you, shoots you.
Yeah, shoot me with your level 1 gun.
I would still find a way to kill you.
Your level 1 gun.
You know what doesn't matter for levels? Cannons!
This is true.
It does matter in how well you use it.
You do not
'Cause you
have
can still
proficiency
fuck up
in
when you
cannons, you are
firing a
level
cannon.
1.
Because like you can still fuck up firing a cannon. Cannons can be fucked up, so that's the only downside.
Alright, well, was
Like
there
damage
anything
uncompromised.
Was there anything anyone else wished to add to this conversation, Castle?
Yeah, how the heck are we gonna film the Zach special?
Hmm.
Very
See,
carefully.
I gotta be in the
Okay.
mood for that.
so the thing is, Zach cheated, not B cheated.
Exactly. Very different to Hunter cheating flagrantly.
I cheated for RP reasons that were
Cringe.
that did not affect the overall gameplay.
Plus, do you really want Zach to have a solo session that makes them more powerful?
Give me the session that makes me more powerful.
You
I'm-
should then cheat at something.
I will
That's
make
apparently
content.
how it happens.
I am so excited for Vriska's session. You don't even know.
I'm gonna make it the best session you bitches ever seen.
To be honest, I feel bad for everyone else because it's just gonna be fucking Vriska posting hours.
Everybody has their moment. That's
Well,
okay.
with me in the room, but muted, playing I don't know, Tears of the Kingdom or some shit, until you guys tell me to turn the recording off.
Lame.
Yeah, it is kind of lame. I'm not looking forward to it
Why you gotta be so lame?
because I'm the one with the recorder.
Well, you know, I
Anyway.
don't really care how well you can play a flute.
What?
I don't care how well you can play some shitty flute.
Calling a recorder a shitty flute? How
Sandra's
dare you? It's its
proficient
own
in the
shitty
flute.
instrument. Recorder is its own personal, just shitty instrument.
Sandra
We love
literally is
it.
proficient in the flute.
What about the recorder, though?
Same difference.
They are not the same.
Yeah, you're right. They're not. The recorder just sounds so much worse. Just so much worse. God, it's such a garbage instrument. Oh, God, I hate recorders. Okay, Sandra hates recorders, canon.
Anyway, was there anything else?
No,
Babby's
please
first
end the
instrument.
video.
Okay.
Hunter, install that hand raising plugin.
Think about it. You buried it. DM it to me.
So lazy.
You buried it.
Well, thank everyone. I hope everyone else has a good rest of your night. And I'll talk to y'alls later.
Okay.
Same to you.
Night.
Good one.
Well,
Night.
Oh.